A thunderstorm rages over Manhattan. Glass towers slice the midnight sky. Inside the boardroom, dark wood, cold marble, 8 men and 2 women stare at a wall of monitors. Every screen bleeds red. Access denied. Shadows slice their faces. Sweat beads on brows. Panic hangs in the air like thick smoke. There's a close-up. Knuckles white on the table, nails digging into polished oak. Reflections of error alerts flicker in desperate eyes. Someone whispers, "We've lost the servers." Another curses under his breath. The CEO, jaw clenched, pounds a fist. "Who the hell locked us out?" No answer. Only the relentless strobe of warnings, red on black. Outside, lightning flashes. Rain streaks the glass. In the corner, a legal counsel fumbles with a thick folder. Pages spill. The power dynamic shifts. No one knows who holds the keys. The IPO clock ticks down. Every second, a heartbeat. The music, low, pulsing, minimalistic. Just the thud of synth and the rattle of distant thunder. The boardroom is a bunker under siege. Trust fractures, secrets splinter. In the glare of neon red, everything unravels. Cut to another time, another light. Morning sun on Sarah's small Brooklyn apartment. Laptop open, coffee cooling. She types with purpose, registering domains, layering passwords, encrypting keys. The room is cluttered but calm, blueprints pinned to the walls, mission statements in her own hand. Her eyes flick up, determined but soft. She knows the stakes. Every detail matters. She reads contracts late into the night. She writes her own terms. She builds not just a company, but a fortress. One domain at a time. Flash. Legal paperwork. Domains mapped on a heritage-style chart. Sarah owns root domain. She smiles. She encrypts the files twice. She pays extra for privacy. Her signature curls in gold ink. She is the first and last line of defense. Fade to black. The city outside stirs to life. Sarah, framed by sunlight, is calm and relentless. She is ready for any storm. A slow pan across a digital map, heritage-style animation. Tree roots spread from one domain, thecompany.com. Each root branches to a subdomain, servers, email, data vaults. Every line leads back to Sarah. Gold letters, ownership, Sarah J. Henderson. The company's digital skeleton. Boardroom night. A tech advisor scrolls through a contract. The domain isn't in the company's name, it's Sarah's. The clause is simple, brutal. All primary assets remain with the founder until IPO completion. No loophole. No backdoor. The board missed it. Now, it's costing billions. Flash to Sarah, years earlier. She reads every line. Her lawyer, old school, nods. They'll try to take it, he warns. She signs anyway. She locks the registry with a passphrase only she knows. The heritage animation zooms in. Registrar locked. The company grows. Investors line up. But at the core, the domain is hers. She guards it like a vault. She knows, without the roots, the tree dies. Night again. Boardroom. Contracts projected on the wall, highlighted in gold. Section 5.2. Domain remains property of founder until all IPO provisions are met. The words burn. Board members squint, lips tight. 4 years ago, flashback. Sarah and her lawyer slide the contract across a diner table. Grease stains, coffee rings. She insists on the domain clause. Her lawyer shrugs. You're playing hardball. She nods. She knows what's at stake. The company has nothing if the digital roots are cut. Back in the skyscraper, a board member's hand trembles on his phone. He types, "How did we miss this?" The legal counsel shrugs, sweat on her brow. Another board member shouts, "Just buy her out." But the contract is ironclad. Only Sarah can transfer the keys. The music tightens. Strings, distant thunder. The boardroom is a trap. Every exit is locked. The gold ink on the contract shines like a warning. The IPO clock is almost at 0. The inbox pings, one after another, and suddenly, the poison's out in the open. She's just a girl. What does she know? Another message stings. Push her out. She's a liability. The language gets sharper, more reckless. This is our company now. These words, they aren't whispers behind closed doors anymore. They're right there, spelled out for anyone to see. Sarah stares at each line, her face stone cold as the emails keep piling up. The board members mock her, threaten her. We'll bury her in legal fees. One of them doesn't even bother to hide it. If she gets in our way, we'll ruin her. Their words are weapons, and the darkness that lived inside the boardroom, well, it's leaking out for the world to see. Sarah's lawyer reads every email, shaking his head. They're digging their own grave, sender by sender, timestamp by timestamp. The evidence just keeps mounting. Discrimination, bullying, threats, all in black and white. And then in the boardroom, the CEO's phone buzzes. He looks down, sees his own words on the big screen. His eyes go wide. He knows, right then, it's not just a lost IPO anymore. This is the making of a scandal. Back in the boardroom, alarms start blaring. The screens go black. Then, just like that, they flash red again. Access denied. Domain suspended. The servers drop off one by one. The tech team scrambles, typing furiously, but passwords fail. Recovery keys don't work. Every system is suddenly out of reach. The CEO shouts, his voice hoarse, "Get her on the phone." But there's just silence. Only the low hum of machinery dying. The legal counsel leans in and whispers, "We can't do anything. She owns it all." The boardroom feels like a prison now. No windows, only the red glow of failure. Weeks earlier, Sarah was quietly preparing for this very moment. She checked every lock, every backup, knowing the board would try to cut her out. She was ready. She built the system to survive storms, to survive betrayal. The music turns cold, minimal, just a single piano note, echoing. The crash is total. There's nothing left to recover. In the shadows, the board members realize it's over. Now, Sarah sits by her apartment window. The city sprawls below, silent, distant. She's calm, holding a cup of tea. On her laptop, the company's stock ticker freefalls, red numbers tumbling down the screen. She watches, her expression unreadable. Her phone buzzes, press, lawyers, old friends. But she ignores them. She looks out at the sky. The storm has passed. She's alone, but unbroken. The company collapses in silence, but Sarah stands steady. She flashes back to her vision board. Protect what you build. She remembers the late nights, cold coffee, endless code, every slight, every boardroom whisper. Now she watches their empire fall, not with anger, but with clarity. The music is softer now, sparse and echoing. Justice is slow, but it comes. Morning breaks over Wall Street. Headlines scream. IPO collapses. Digital ownership crisis. The company's logo flickers on TV screens. Lawyers swarm the lobby. Investors slam doors. The board files suit. Breach of contract, sabotage, anything they can to save face. Emails leak to the press. The board's toxic language becomes public. Shareholders demand answers. The CEO's statement is wooden. "We are reviewing the situation." No apology. No admission. Just fear. Sarah's lawyer holds a press conference. Calm. Methodical. All actions were legal. The founder's rights are clear. Journalists press, hungry for blood, but Sarah stays silent. She lets the facts speak. The courts take over. The music is low, relentless. The lawsuits pile up. The company's reputation bleeds out. The board is fractured, exposed. The consequences are real and relentless. In the final scene, the CEO sits alone in his office. The screens are dark. The phone is silent. He reads the news. His name, his failures, his words in yellow highlight. The board has voted him out. His career, once golden, is now ashes. Sarah walks the riverfront, wind in her hair. She's free. No revenge, just justice. The company files for bankruptcy. The lawsuits are settled. Board members vanish into quiet retirement. The stock never recovers. In the end, justice isn't loud. It's slow. It's patient. Every shadow fades in the morning light. Sarah doesn't gloat. She just moves on. The music fades to silence. Only the sound of footsteps on wet pavement. The story is over. Justice recounted.